Good morning. I know, we were just here on Monday. But what are you going to do? We're here again, doing exactly what we were doing on Monday. Just heading home, call it a day. It's almost lunchtime, so I got some more work done today. So the boss had a load but it wasn't gonna work out. Wouldn't get me home for the weekend type of deal. What's that sound? That's what that sound was. The camera fell off. Okay. Well, I did say yesterday. Oh, microphone. Probably need the microphone. I did say yesterday that mount was pretty sketchy. Guess what? It was pretty sketchy. So that idea I had yesterday, I used that. It's still a sticky mount. It's a lot more annoying sticky mount. It takes a lot more work to get the camera mounted onto that mount. Got to screw in screws and stuff. Can't just clip it in. But the sticker on this pad is 3 to 4 times bigger than the little GoPro stickers. And I guess when you have an extension 1.5 feet, I didn't even measure, 1.5 feet, 2 feet tall, off the back of the sleeper, that extension puts a lot of stress on that little GoPro mount. So I'll put that little GoPro mount back again for when we're doing rear facing shots where there's no extension. But let's try this out and see how it does. See if it lasts a little longer than one day. It is really hot outside. It's 30 degrees Celsius. So the sticker's quite warm and soft, right? So we'll see how this goes. Technically, I'm supposed to wait half an hour for that sticker to cure onto whatever I stuck it onto. I didn't do that, so hey, we know the tether works. We know the tether works. Well, it didn't fall off, but it moved. Don't have my screws tight enough. Can't take the wind. Okay. Next pull out. Hey, if nothing else, we're using this as a learning experience. Highway closes up ahead in 1.5 hours. Should be okay. Tighten those screws up a little tighter. Attempt number 3. Also testing audio. We've been having nothing but audio problems. The thing is, the receiver for the audio, the 2 mics, gets plugged into the camera, and it's pretty heavy on the camera that way. And I think every time we hit a bump, it vibrates a little bit, making horrible audio. So the trick I'm using now is recording directly to my microphone. See if that's better. That's a trick that will work when we're not using both microphones. When you're using both microphones, it'd be a lot of work to synchronize those two, because for some reason the two microphones, you would think once you have them dead on synchronized, they're good, but no. You would have echo the whole time. Even if you had the very front synchronized, by the end of the video you have this crazy echo because they don't record at exactly the same speed. It's just a little bit off, but just 1 microsecond every minute. By the end of the video, we're not good anymore. So if I had more time to edit, that would be no problem. I could just switch back and forth between the microphones when Jess talks and when I talk. But let's see if this works, at least for the one microphone in the meantime, and then hopefully those new cables I ordered will fix that problem. Experimenting. We got 3 brand new awesome cameras, but we're experimenting. I just wish we had known that kind of stuff before we hit Leslie Gulch last week, because I'm sure I got a lot of comments about the bad audio last week on those videos. But I got what I got, right? Let's turn the AC on. It is hot. Hot. I'm sweating. Hopefully I didn't put this camera up crooked. I hope the background is straight and flat. Kind of hard to tell in the mountains. I have it on the phone screen so I can see it there to the side of the, like in the center console type of, not console, but the center of the windshield where the GPS is. So I can see my roof cam, or no, the sleeper cam. I can see the sleeper cam, but I can't tell if it's straight from the small screen I see it on. Be a cool house up there, wouldn't it? Living up in that. It's a 2-story building on the top of a cliff. Yeah, when they blasted this highway here to make it from a 2-lane to 4-lane, they had to take a lot of special precautions for that house. The whole house was equipped with seismic sensors, and they had to use small blasts to chip away at this. They couldn't do big blasts like they normally do. So it took a lot of time to blast that cliff away to make this a 4-lane. Well, it's staying up now, right? Staying up. Alright, so it is 11:39. They're closing it at 1. Yeah, we'll be fine. We'll have alternating lane over here, so we'll make it through. Okanagan Valley. How different is it from Monday's video? I don't remember Monday's video. Was it cloudy on Monday too? Called Jess and let her know I'm headed home. She goes, well, I'm just heading out to go chopping, so I'll buy something for lunch and supper because right now we got nothing for you. Like, I could just go hungry, I guess. We're going a bit fast. Oh, engine brakes aren't on. Cruise control is not using engine brakes. This is the dangerous corner. You don't want to go around too fast. And I was going too fast. I'm like, I better use some brakes and turn the engine brakes on. Unfortunately, this truck doesn't just have a switch for engine brakes. It's a button. It's got the smart wheel, the smart steering wheel. So it's a button on the steering wheel. I would much prefer just a button on the dash that I can click it on and off. Because I just leave engine brakes on all the time. I'll adjust it up and down if we're descending a hill and you want more or less engine brakes, but I like it if I take my foot off the throttle, engine brakes automatically just applies. Really one foot driving. You don't need brakes a lot. One pedal driving, like a lot of electric cars are. One pedal driving. Because when you take your foot off of the throttle, the regen brakes kick in on electric cars. Which I think truckers would really like electric cars because of that, because they have a similar feel to engine brakes, right? So I know when I'm on my pickup and I want to slow down and take my foot off the throttle, and all of a sudden the truck's not slowing down, I'm like, all right, you need to actually hit the brakes. Engine brakes in this thing suck, because there are none. We do have an appointment, I think it's next week, to have the AC pump replaced. I was just going to get the clutch replaced, but the mechanic suggested that he goes, very often what happens is we replace the clutch on it and then the pump craters a couple of months later. And he goes, and then you have to pay for all the chop labor again, and he goes, it's not that expensive to just buy a new pump now, because you're going to have to eventually pay for it anyway. He goes, most of the time when we replace a clutch, the AC pump dies as well. So I'm like, okay, I trust you. A really good shop. The mechanic has never led me wrong, misled me, so fair prices, good treatment. Integrity Auto in Penticton. Right, let's replace the pump. And I just go, can you do like a good inspection on the fan belt? If that needs replacing, replace that right away as well. So I can't see anything wrong with the fan belt, but when we were on vacation, I sure smelled rubber. And that might just be the AC pump frying, but it might be the fan belt as well. So look at that as well. And he'll do an oil change on the truck. I'm like, while you have it up on the hoist, Then you just do a quick oil change, because it'll cost me almost nothing to do the oil change, because it's all up on the hoist already. As far as labor time, it'll be pretty much a free oil change. All right, let's do that right away too. So we had quite a bit of money left over from our vacation budget. I'm like, well, I guess I know where the rest of the vacation budget goes. Repairing the truck. The bill will be somewhere between $1,000 and $2,000, depending on the phone calls I get and what needs to all be done. All right, I'll talk to you guys on Monday about which lane you guys need to choose. You guys choosing the right lane? A 4Runner, some vehicles choosing the right lane. Some of you smart enough to take the right lane? Stay in the right lane all the way down? Are we being more intelligent today? I think we are. Holy smokes, it's almost like somebody listened to me. Oh, nope. Just stops over here. Just go down. Thank you. Just slammed on the brakes and stops in the middle. It's like, come on down. Come on down. Follow us down. There's 2 lanes here. We're good. I guess we're not all that smart. I thought we had some smart people. We'll train them eventually. I see a couple of cars cutting out of the left lane and following me. I've got 3, 4, 5 cars coming up behind me now. Help if that 4Runner put their signal lights on.
Yeah, give me a second. I forget your name. What's your name on the front?
And like we talked on Monday, what I just did there is apparently highly socially unacceptable. I'm really looking forward to seeing all the comments on Monday's video about that. If you didn't watch Monday's video, well, what do you think about what I just did there? And that 4Runner cutting the line. Yeah, we all saw the same sign. But legally, that's what you're supposed to do. And if you don't do that, that line backs up all the way into Summerland and closes all these intersections because people are being idiots. You could double it up and have that line half the length. Nobody gets gypped. Nobody gets cheated out of a spot because you just, at the bottom, you alternate every other vehicle. It works out really nice and smooth. But doing it this way, a whole bunch of people get gypped. Same thing going on over here. Look, northbound traffic. There's that one vehicle stopped in the middle of the lane. Why? Why are you there? What are you doing there? I would pass around that vehicle. It's like when it comes to construction zones, people forget the laws. I almost think when you do a construction site like this, it's going to be under construction like that for a while. It's not really, it's a landslide area, but I almost feel like they should have cops telling people to do that, going double lane all the way down, and then zipper merge at the bottom, and just do that at the beginning of the project for a couple of days, and people would all kind of get into, hey, this is what we need to do, and life would work out better for everybody. Well, I wouldn't get a nice shortcut though, so maybe I should stop complaining. I am benefiting from people doing that move. Yep, I should shut up and just accept the shortcut I just got. Okay, here's the most beautiful part of the drive. I like it better going northbound because you're closer to the lake, but right along the lake. RV. It's all right. You can take your time. I don't mind. It's a 4-lane. You look like a very young family. You see how at the beginning of the video, Peachland had none of these no posts in the center or on the side of the lake. I think the road in Peachland looks a lot prettier than this road. I just called this the prettiest section. But we have no post all the way along the lake over here. Which I still get a beautiful view from the truck. You guys get an amazing view from top of the sleeper. But in a car, you're sitting low enough that it really impedes the view. So I prefer to keep it without the barrier there, but safety, you know. On slippery roads in the winter, maybe you don't want to sit in the lake. I see it. I know. And once again, I shouldn't complain. I'm sitting up nice and high. I still get the nice view. Cars are just looking at concrete. Well, looks like they're mowing the shoulder. And yeah, that's how BC mows the shoulder. They use like a front end loader with a mower attached to the front. That's how BC mows a lot of their highways. not just a tractor with a lawnmower attached. He was doing it a little weird. He had it lifted up high. I don't think there's much of a shoulder to mow there, so he had it above the no post. Normally that's a little lower behind the no posts. But that's how we mow the grass and weeds on the sides of the roads over here. Welcome to Penticton, home sweet home. What do we get in tomorrow's video? We did Highway 33 yesterday. How about we continue northbound from Beaverdale? I think I always say Beaverdale, but I think it's Beaverdale. How about I pull over in Beaverdale area and continue tomorrow's video further north? Okay, Mercedes, you could have done that U-turn just on the road. You didn't have to do that weird little thing you just did there. You could have just done that on the road. Perfectly legal to do here in Canada. What happened there, that car was driving down Lakeshore Drive and then just kept driving on the road along the river channel. And if you don't know, that forces you back onto this highway out of town. I've made that mistake myself way back in the day when I was a tourist over here. Okay, let's see if we can find parking spots. If you're coming through Penticton, you just want to drive through town, you're not stopping, stay in the right lane. Highway 97, you do a 40-degree turn here south. So stay in the right lane. A lot of tourists end up accidentally going into the city straight ahead because they don't realize the highway turns here. And no, don't stop. Unless there's people crossing the crosswalk, don't stop here. You have your own lane, you are on the highway just continues. So many people just stop there, causing accidents. normally show you guys this part of Penticton. Here's Canadian Tire, huge retailer. What does Canadian Tire sell? Well, tires, but they're not an automotive shop. They are an automotive shop. They're a really good automotive shop. But they also have hardware and sporting goods and garden center. If you guys know what a Walmart feels like, imagine a Walmart with no clothing and no food, except blown out a lot more. It's not like a Cabela's. There's nothing in the US that I know is anything like a Canadian Tire. It feels like a Walmart inside, but it's not a Lowe's, it's not a Rona, because those are more lumber, and it's something different than that. It's got tools, it's got, I don't know how to explain it. I really don't. It's uniquely different. I guess you could call it a Lowe's or a Rona without the lumber. With a automotive shop attached to it, like a Napa or Auto Pro or whatever you guys have down there. Is Napa Auto Pro? Oh, it is Napa Auto Pro. I'm using the same. O'Reilly, there we go, O'Reilly, that attached to a Rona without lumber. That kind of gets you close to the right feel. Let's see how long I have to wait to get across the road here. Sometimes it's a significant wait. I think I've got an opportunity coming up after those 3 cars. Let's get into 5th gear, highest gear I can launch from. I'm empty, so it's okay. 5th gear is only 2nd gear direct in a manual transmission. It gets me moving a bit quicker, but it is harder on the transmission. So do that every now and then when you need to move a little quicker. This is not, I mean, there's a school here on the right hand side, but this is not a school zone. This is a playground zone, so it's 30 kilometers per hour. If there's school in or not, from dawn to dusk, 30 kilometers per hour. Everybody does 50, but I teach one person at a time, patience, and do 30 through here. People are like, school doesn't go. It's like, no, this is a playground zone, not a school zone. 30 every day of the week, dawn to dusk. Playground zone ends. Now I can speed up, but we got a red light. So in Penticton, we're not allowed to park in residential areas. So I can't park on any side streets in Penticton except for industrial. So it's a little hard finding parking in this town sometimes. Should have seen that coming. And a yellow light. Should have paid attention to the person crossing the road and knew that the person signaling would have to stop. All right. Starting at this sign right here, we are in industrial. So I'm gonna see. Nope, there's a truck in there. Can't park there. Where are there spots? I was gonna turn right over there, but there's no spot available there. Okay. That looks full to the right as well. Turn left here because very often there's a spot available here. Oh, it's empty. Okay, cool. Let's park there then. Oh, not quite empty. Okay, I can't loop around thanks to that boat trailer there. See if I can find the owner of that driver. You mind me just asking around if I can find out the owner of that pontoon boat across the street?
Sure. Might be here, yeah.
Kind of parked in the way, and
Yeah, you can
unless you guys own that. Normally you get like 5 trucks in there in the way it's parked. Anybody have that pontoon boat across the street? That's yours? Could we move it so I can get my truck in there? No rush. But.
Okay.
Thank you.
I was wondering if sticking out might be in the way. Sorry
Yeah,
about
no, that's fine. Like usually it's somebody in here when that happens. We often get like 5 trucks in there, but the way it is over there, the owner doesn't like us parking against the fence, so.
that. Sure. So can I still stay in there and just
Yeah.
park up against the trees?
Against the trees, that'll be fine, and then I'll just back in beside you, so I'll pull forward a bit. Thank you, I appreciate it.
Yeah, sorry about that.
No, that's fine. Happens actually quite often, so.
Oh, I bet it does. Any
'Cause
good,
it
any
look-
good restaurant brings the traffic.
Yeah, and it looks like a big wide open spot. Thank you. All right, I went into the restaurant and got the owner of the boat. We will loop around. What are you doing, Jeep? Perfect, thank you. There we go. Now we can all share the space. All right, I am out of here. Thank you guys so much for watching. Really, really appreciate all your support. It's been another fun and interesting day, an experimental day. We'll work through these audio issues and stuff and get everything to be better. See you guys tomorrow. You guys rock.